Guardians, what is going on, guys? Sly here, back at it with another Destiny 2 Black Armory video for you. Still working on why some of you can only hear me in mono. Apologies about that, I have a sound card on the way. But in this video, however, we're going to be taking a look at how to beat the Volundr Forge and how to find and access the mysterious exotic box located inside the forge. So, when you get to this bridge right here, on your way to the forge, look to your left and go ahead and drop on down. You're going to see a cave here, and at the back of that cave is where you need to go. So go ahead, drop down inside of it, walk to the back, and open the chest. This will drop you the mysterious exotic box, which requires 4 special keys to open it. Also notice that there's a smaller box next to it on the ground. Now currently, I have no idea what these do, but there are like 4 or 5 of them spread out across the Volundr Forge, and they all have different parts of a symbol located on the face. Now I'm guessing at some point you're going to have to arrange them, or perhaps take them somewhere, and the TV in the very back of the forge could be part of that. Now it's only speculation at this point, but I thought it would be worth pointing out just because they're so different, and you're probably going to need to know these locations, later on in the game. Also, the last thing to check out are these little guys here. Now, I have no idea what crests are. It could be that those boxes we just talked about, maybe they'll turn into a crest, but there's a couple of them in here as well. I'll make a video as soon as I understand all of this and it begins to make sense. But for now, let's go ahead and get to the forge. So now that we are a few days into Black Armory, fellow Guardians are now a little more leveled than on day 1, and things are getting easier. Bungie has also dropped a server-side update that dropped the Forge combatants by 5 power levels. Now, it's nothing major, but it was definitely noticeable. Alright, so first up, let's talk about how to open this exotic box. Now, after you beat level 1 and you're just about to start the second level of the Forge, make your way over to the left-hand side of the map where you see me standing here. You want to be able to look to the trees to your left and also see the pillars in the center of the room. As soon as the second round begins, you'll see those little shield bots appear in the air. You have to shoot them both very, very quickly. One appears right here in front of these trees, the other appears in the middle of the cave. So just look left, snipe, look to your right, snipe, and then you're done. They buzz around in a circle, so if you can't see it, in the very beginning, just go ahead and wait a bit, it will appear. Use your sniper to one-shot them before enemies start to appear, because with it being so small, flinching will throw off your aim big time. Once you get all 2, you'll see a status effect on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. You're good to go when that happens, so just go ahead and start shooting stuff like you normally would. We'll talk about the rest of the key here in a second. Now, as for the forge itself, there's 2 ways that you can go here. You can either split up, one left, one middle, one right, which takes the most skill, but is the fastest way to go, or everyone huddles together on the right-hand side of the map. Now, the large butchers and colossi that drop 2 of the batteries, they will make their way over to whichever side you're on if you're huddled together as a team, so you won't miss out on too many batteries. However, you have to be quick when you're doing this because there's going to be guys on the opposite side of the map who are just standing there, and that means they're not dropping stuff, for you to throw. So you will be missing out on a few, but not that many. Keeping bundled together helps with getting the butchers down much quicker, and it also helps in round 2 when enemies are much tankier. Now, just as a reminder, if you can, I know things get hectic, but try to aim for the center of the forge when you're throwing a battery. If you hit the rim or the corners, it can bounce the batteries off of it, and if you're down to like 1 second, then well, that's the difference between keep going and losing. So, good thing is that you can automatically pick it up just by walking over it after it bounces off, but it's still a pain in the ass when you're trying to help out your teammates and not die all while trying to throw these things. So, if you can, aim for the center, but if you can't, I know how it goes. Now, like I said, all the enemies will come to you except on round 2. There will be 1, perhaps 2 colossi that will spawn on the left-hand side, and they'll slowly walk their way to the middle and just kind of stop. So what you want to do is snipe them with a black spindle and then put them down as soon as possible. You never want to have a colossi up for a very long time because those, it's like he has no range drop off. He can shoot you from anywhere, his rockets can go anywhere, and he will make it a very bad day for you. The only other piece of advice I have is to take your time and kill the dogs. With a melee, or if you have a battery in your hand, just start swinging the battery and meleeing with that. Once dogs start ganging up, they become extremely deadly. So take the time and get rid of them when you see them. Don't delay because they're just one dog. Just get rid of them and move on. Now, as for your loadout, I always prefer my trusty Better Devils and my EP Shoddy, but it's really going to be up to you here. For the boss, there are 2 ways you can go to end this dude fairly easily. Number 1 is the Well of Radiance Sway with Black Spindle, and number 2, Titan Bubble with Saint 14 and shotguns. You're going to want to have the Escalation Protocol shotgun and the Acreus shotgun. Now, I don't have any footage of the Acreus method. I thought I was recording. Turns out I wasn't, but it's just as simple as it sounds. What you want to do is take down the rotating bots that hover around the boss's shield and wait to take the last one until he is in the middle of the map. Once he's there, then have the Titan use his wall and hide into a corner, and then the other 2 take out the final drone. Once his shield is down, Titan places his bubble over the boss and everyone joins in for a shotgun party. Now just remember here, he's going to try to stomp you. So you want to try to get close enough to where he stomps, but not to where you launch. So kind of get close, back up, let him stomp, then proceed forward and drop your Titan bubble over him. Now what you want to do here, guys, is remember to aim for his head and use any damage buff you can. Whether it's going to be Tether, Melting Point, Empowerment, Well of Radiance, all of it will work here. Now Tether doesn't add damage, but it gives you a critical hit no matter where you hit him, so that does help you out in the long run. Melting Point and Well of Radiance destroys this guy really quickly, but you need a team set up with that, with of course 2 Titans and a Warlock to do this. Now in place of Acreus, you can also use Thunderlord if you don't have the Acreus. As for the other way, it's also pretty easy, guys. Just head to the very far back where the bridge is broken, take down the shield drones with your primary, and the instant his shield is down, drop a Well of Radiance, and all 3 of you go to town with Black Spindle. Oh, sorry, Whisper of the Worm. Now, it's important to remember to take your time here and hit critical shots. Body shotting this dude will not cut it. Don't worry about landing 3 headshots. Now, who cares about that? You don't really have enough time to make that, for that to count anyway. So just make sure you take your time and land critical hits as much as you possibly can. Now, there will be Scions on your right-hand side, so throw a grenade and kill them because they're going to be booping you up over and over again. It becomes extremely annoying, but as long as you're in the well, you'll be fine, and just keep doing as much damage as possible while you're in the well. Now, if it just so happens that you guys run out of heavy or you're low on heavy to begin with, then it's all about shotgun damage after that. But if you land your critical hits and you have a decent amount of spindle shots, you should be able to take him out with plenty of time to spare. Like I said, for loadout, I prefer to go in with a shotgun and the spindle. The shotgun's going to come in handy throughout all stages of this. Whether it's a bunch of dogs that you can't get rid of and you're about to die, whether it's going to be some yellow bar, you need a battery quickly, you can drop them fast. Shotgun will save you, throughout all 3 levels here. And of course, at the end, it's going to be an easy way to kill him as well. No matter what method you use, once the guy is down, run up to the forge, grab all your goodies, and make sure you grab the chest right next to the forge itself. Now, it doesn't glow, it doesn't have a shield over it, so it's really hard to tell it's there, but this chest right here is where you get the key from to open your exotic box. Now, it doesn't really tell you that there's a chest. A lot of people have missed this, and it's kind of crazy that they don't, tell you a chest is here. You kind of have to see it spawn in once you shoot the second little shield guy. So, either way, make sure you get that chest. It is extremely important, and you will not get the key without it. But that is about it, guys. I'm working on the Gofanon Forge as we speak, and look for videos about raid guides here very soon. But that's it for me, y'all. As always, thank you for watching and for supporting the nation. If you're new to the channel, then welcome, my friend. Don't mind the audio issue, as it pisses me off just as much as you, and I'll look to fix it here soon with a new sound card that is on the way. Subscribe for more Destiny 2 and Anthem videos. Spank the thumbs up, but only if you enjoyed yourself. And check me out on Twitter or Facebook if you like social media madness. Slynation Gaming on the FB. Later, guys, and keep those eyes open for more vids coming out soon. But until then, this is your dude Sly, and I'll check you guys next time.